Poor Gabriel. That is an impressively huge jacket, by the way.
Guten Morgen, Herr Knight. I'm afraid there's no one here at the moment. They're all busy with their daily tasks. You are, however, welcome to use the club. So I've been informed.
Thank you, Xavier. You're so kind.
Okay, I can either talk to Xavier, or I can go have a poke around the empty club. Hello, Kate. How you doing? They're all busy with their daily fetch quests, yes. Oh, hello, Peril Music. Nice to see you. I've been wondering where you've been. Hunting, Shooting, Fishing, the magazine.
It's in German.
Oh, mate, you're in Munich. Why are you shocked? Okay, so that's all one thing.
Dead things. Gotta love them.
Uh-huh, okay.
Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come down the chimney. Unless he's already here.
I think you're mixing your metaphors there, mate.
Just the right...
Okay, let's have a look back here. Oh, hello.
Nice plant. Nice plant.
See, while there's nobody here, I'm wondering about bugging the place. You almost spat your tea. Brilliant. Could someone summarise what you're watching today? If you go exclamation mark game. No, sorry, exclamation mark what's this? All one word. I think Sheriff Bigby would be in Munich and this is the sequel. I think Sheriff Bigby pitches up here, the response would just be, you know what, no mate, no. Oops. I thought I was the big bad wolf, maybe not. Okay, this is... I can't remember, were you in for the previous game, previous session? Ms. Jackson. Because basically I am investigating a possible series of werewolf attacks. And I've traced a lead to this hunting club of ancient lineage in Bavaria. Which isn't quite so random as it sounds, because I've been living in Bavaria. This being the second Gabriel Knight game. The first one, he defeated a voodoo cult, ripped them off for a large chunk of their gold, and ended up as a designated shadow hunter, Schattenjäger. And yes, I know, if we have any German speakers, I'm sorry. That's what it's called. Whose job it is to basically seek out and dispose of the things that go bump in the night. Hello, Night Raiders! Welcome! So, the job came with the ancestral family castle, which is knackered, so spending a large chunk of my gold on fixing it up. Time for more dodgy science. Yes, absolutely, Jory. It is dodgy science time. And essentially, yeah, he's an ancestral hunter of the darkness, and a job has been brought to him wherein parents of a little girl who was eaten by a wolf reckon it was a werewolf attack. So I am tracking down El Werewolf. No problem whatsoever. You do what you need to, mate. Catch you later. Things that go bump in the night was the first thing you heard. Perfect intro. Yeah, sounds about right, to be honest. So, I am wandering around the club. It's the day, so that there's no bugger here. But I am wondering about making use of my tape recorder. Because I have a tape deck. And I'm just wondering about...
Why would I want to put...
bugging the club. I think I probably need to, but not just yet. Let's see where this goes. Okay, it goes to alleyway. Also, Kelvy, it's, as I said, sequel to Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers, which was, in both its incarnations, an animated game. This is the only one of the 3 in the series that used FMV. I think they've done a good job with it.
Locked.
Well, that's just rude. Okay, so I've already spoken to my lawyer about... I picked up the parcel from him, basically, with Grace's letter and the books. Because my assistant is doing the search for me when she's not actually having a ruck with my housekeeper. So... I wonder if she'd appreciate a cuckoo clock. I can send her a souvenir from Munich. Okay, jury. Hence the real life person wandering around, yep.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
Okay. Yep, all the pets are for your dog.
Lots of Nietzsche and Kant. I don't understand that stuff even when it's in English.
Yeah, the guy's been living in Germany for essentially a year and has yet to pick up German. Bar a couple of words. Okay. Oh, right then. All the backpackers just sort of sat there chilling. So, that's a church, I believe.
I've already got a watch, thank you.
Yeah, okay. And how is that my problem, sir?
Cuckoo clocks.
Yes, buy Grace a souvenir cuckoo clock. Lives abroad without learning the language. Oh, British expat then. This is one of the reasons that I'm learning Spanish. Just in case I get to. I never want to be one of those people. It was bad enough being out there trying to make do with Google Translate and the kindness of people who spoke English.
Authentic Black Forest cuckoo clocks. Maybe Gracie would like one for her shop redecoration. He doesn't strike me as a sparkling conversationalist.
Does a bit,
Authentic black.
Okay, so if I want to buy one, can I get away with just waving my wallet at him?
I'd rather pick something out first.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about that one. I'm not crazy about that one. I'm not crazy about that one.
Okay. I suppose any of them have a wolf on, do they?
I'm not crazy about that one.
I like that one.
I'm not crazy about that one. I'd rather pick something out first. I'd rather...
Oh, okay. Let's all tick out of time because that's not annoying in the slightest.
He doesn't strike me as...
Cute.
Oh, I see. He picks the little one that's almost completely uncarved.
Yeah, well, there is in there this sound thing, you know, to wake up. You know, in the morning.
An alarm clock.
Ja, alarm clock. Ja, richtig. Ja.
How much is it?
Wie viel? 60 marks.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm loaded. It's fine.
I'll take that woodpecker clock.
60 marks, bitte.
Well, it's not like anybody else is in the shop.
That's all right. I'll take it as it is.
Dankeschön.
You haven't got time to be picking out time. So yeah, he can basically do please, thank you. And numbers. This is little cottons. Didn't actually talk to Xavier, did I? I just wandered past him straight into the club. Oh, hello.
Guess I figured out where last night's killing took place.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a television news crew.
Well, you reckon?
Looks like... I don't think they'd know much about it. I don't think they'd know much about it. Isn't that the detective from the paper? I wonder who the victim was this time. I don't think they'd know much about it.
Okay. I'm gonna get into
I don't
the
think
crime
they'd know.
scene.
I wonder who the victim... I don't... Looks like a television news crew.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to go in and start pissing about with the crime scene, but I think that might just get me into trouble. Okay, what have I got? Not going to go for any of the historical stuff. Not much point giving him someone else's business card. Oh. Now that might be worthwhile.
Commissar Lieber, my name is Gabriel Knight. I need to discuss some evidence with you.
What do you want? I'm busy here.
I have some evidence here that contradicts your zoo wolves theory. I was wondering if maybe we could discuss it.
Look, I don't know who you are or what you think you're doing, but I don't have time for this.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's not interested, but the news crew next to me might be. You never know. He has a wonderful sly
Are
expression.
y'all with the news? I have some information you might find of interest.
You're an American,
That's right.
and you believe you have information about the mutilation killings.
I do have some information, yes, ma'am. I was about to discuss it with the commissar over there, but he seems kind of busy. I thought I'd speak with y'all instead.
Because this isn't for the benefit of the news crew.
Nun
This
gut.
is for the benefit of the
Was soll's.
commissar.
Dreh schön, Dieter. Wir befinden uns am Tatort des bis jetzt letzten bizarren Todesfalles der durch die Killerwölfe herbeigeführt wurde. Mit mir befindet sich ein Amerikaner, der offensichtlich wichtige Hinweise bezüglich dieses Mordfalles hat.
Pardon?
You believe you have information about the wolf killing, sir?
Yes, I do. I was about to ask Commissar Lieber over there some questions, such as why animal hair found at the crime scene is reddish-brown when the escaped zoo wolves were gray.
Fragt, wieso die Tierhaare am Tatort rötlich-braun sind, wie doch die entlaufenen Zuwölfe offensichtlich grau waren.
And how come paw prints found at the scene indicate an animal much larger than the zoo wolf species Canis lupus lupus?
Und fragt, wieso die Pfotenabdrücke am Tatort viel größer sind als die der Zuwölfe.
I'm assuming
How
she's
did you
translating
get
what
this
he's saying.
information?
Well,
All right, you have my attention. Now, who are you?
you play
I'm
rugby, mate.
Gabriel Knight, I'm the American novelist. I've been by your station to see you, but funny thing, they would not let me in.
All right, I'll see you at the station later, but only if you agree to get out of here and not talk to the boys.
You got it.
Gabriel at his most punchable there. Right. So I can go talk to him later. That's fine. Canis lupus lupus. While I'm here.
Mind if we chat for a moment?
Anything to be of service, sir.
Oh dear. The passive aggressive, it is powerful with him.
So tell me about the club.
What about it?
How long has the club been around?
Since 1970.
No way. The old Royal Bavarian Hunting Lodge? It's older than that, isn't it?
Die Königliche Bayerische Hofjagdloge is ancient. This particular form of it is new.
No. Huh?
What happened in 1970?
Baron von Glauer came. He brought a new vision. The lodge had nearly died out. Hunting is not so popular as it used to be.
Were you here when von Glauer joined?
Baron von Glauer. He hired me later, in 72.
Oh, I was -1.
How many members are there?
There are 5 now, not including you. I'm not sure of your status.
5? You mean the men that were here last night make up the entire club?
Quantity is not an overriding concern with us, Herr Knight. The Baron personally interviewed and approved each new member. Despite your own experience, this club is extremely exclusive. Not everyone would fit in.
No, I don't suppose they would.
So 5 people is fine, but in 1970 it was all but dead. So how many people were there in 1970?
How often do the club members go hunting?
As a group, once a month or so.
Once a month? Hell, I thought y'all were hunters. Back home, you don't get out there and spill a little blood at least once a week. The other men start looking at you funny.
Organized club hunts are once a month. Members can use the club's lodges anytime on a more casual basis, and they frequently do.
Lodges, huh?
So, tell me about the club members.
I don't gossip about our members, Herr Knight.
Gossip? With you? Please. I've never met anyone as obviously discreet as you.
Thank you.
Bet you could drop a load if you wanted to, though. You probably know more about what goes on around here than anyone.
True. At least I used to. But with all these new people coming in, I'm not sure I know anything anymore.
All these new people? You mean I'm not the only fresh blood?
No, Herr Dr. Klingman was only accepted a few weeks ago.
Really?
Huh.
Who brought him in?
I was not in on the discussion, so I really couldn't say. But I'm sure there was more thought behind his acceptance than yours.
Ouch.
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
No.
Alrighty.
Okay then.
All right, Xavier. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing out of him.
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
That's a ledger. Guessing that's the signing in book. This is the wonderful thing about having played this game so long ago. I honestly don't remember what I'm supposed to do. However, I don't know if it'll work. But it might be worth a try. Back door there. Cuckoo clock with the alarm clock that sounds like somebody knocking on the door. Give that a go. Schwarzwolf. It's Martin. Absolutely. I've always had my suspicions. Fit in perfectly with the passive aggressive. Right.
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
Oh, hello. As I try to leave. Oh, you're subtle, Gabe.
Somebody's at the door.
I can hear.
You're alright, Xavier. I'm sorry. Let me at his desk. Dudes, come on. You frozen? I will be most displeased if you have. How have you, bastard? Oh, no, you haven't. My notepad on his desk. Or not? Oh, come on. I've got him to go away. There's a book right there which will have a list of the club members. Give me the list of the club members, dude. Save just in case. Yeah, I was just thinking I'd actually fish. Not fish, night even. There's me being dippy. Yeah. I want to click on his desk. Come on, there's got to be something. Okay, let's reload this game.
That's me, Gabriel
Oh,
Knight.
you are working then? I was wondering. Why can't I do anything with his bloody desk? Oh, that's annoying. Tell you what. Go out and back. Yes, thank you. Get on with it. Sure. I had a foot in height. You go for it. Yeah. Come on. Help me. Seems unfair. Don't make me do this all again. I'll be really peeved. No, this is looking like it's locked up on me. It's not letting me click on the desk. And that's the only thing in here to do, nor will it let me leave. Okay. And speed run my way. Oh, you get to see this.
I should get going.
All right. Visit me again. Soon.
It's just an excuse to look at Von Glauer again. I'm sorry. Right. Leave us. By the cuckoo clock. And actually by the cuckoo clock. Right, cuckoo clock acquired. Speed run my way past the police.
Guess I figured out where last
Yep, last night's murder happened here. Been through this bit. Go talk to the reporters again.
He's busy. I'll see him at the station.
Right. So fortunately I hadn't actually done a huge amount. So let's save this here. And go chat to Xavier.
So tell me,
you have this information. We
What
know what
happened tonight?
happened.
how many men? How often did? So,
And the Black Wolf.
all right, Xavier.
Right. Go check out the mags. I might exercise a bit more caution on the saves this time. Just appreciate for a minute his volumizing
It's in
moves.
German.
How long does this guy spend on his hair? Seriously.
I don't think I should get too comfy around here. Dead things. Gotta love 'em.
Ah.
And I thought Germans only drank beer.
He wakes up looking like that. Yeah, we have seen him indeed wake up and just casually do the whole flick thing. And perfect.
And I thought
These Germans apparently drink anything. Okay, it's just established that yes, that door is locked.
locked.
Yeah, Gabriel Knight has as much stealth as I do. Oh, hello. Oh no, right, okay. Good. Only drink beer, looks at all the German vineyards, wine varieties and spirits. To be fair, Chrono, he's an incredibly insular American who doesn't know anything about anything. Despite the fact that in the first game he travelled successfully to Germany, Africa, I think Benin, I believe, back to Germany, and then back to Louisiana. How he managed this, I don't know. How he had a passport, I don't know. He does not strike me as the type to travel. If it's what? No, my German is atrocious. Even the wine bottle went. Yeah, probably he's seen pictures of Oktoberfest. Okay. Bless his little heart. Okay, let's see if this one works. If not, I've got to save immediately prior. So
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
Okay, so... Oh, no, it does let me out. Okay. Oh. Right. I missed my chance. I have never heard that word, and I'm going to murder it now. Gewürztraminer? Gewürztraminer? Try that again. I'm not a beer drinker, I have to say. And weirdly, the only beers I've liked are either the 0% alcohol or gluten-free. Go figure. Aromatic wine grape variety. Okay. See, I can have the punted individual words, but please don't make me make sentences. Ah, now this got triggered at a different point.
Somebody's at the door.
I can hear.
How dare somebody come to the door? Naha! Okay, what we got? Now, if you had a camera, however, we will have that. Ah, right. Usually a medium dry white wine. Oh, I may have
Everything
to...
all right?
Everything is fine, Herr Knight.
I may have to give that a go. When I drink wine, I do like dry. Which probably says something about me. I like really dry wine. Okay, let's save this. I've got the keys. I suspect I have the keys to the back door, because if anyone's got it, it's Xavier.
Xavier's keys.
Okay.
It won't do much good to keep trying it. It's locked.
Your parents and you can regularly go to... Okay, Alsace or Alsace? It's Alsace, isn't it? Aha.
I should probably return those keys first before Xavier notices they're gone.
God, you're petty. Yes, thank you. I did, what, 5 years of French at school. Aside from being weirdly able to watch subtitled movies and have a reasonable idea what the heck's going on without reading it, none of it really stuck. Oh, okay, leave him to it. Why is there an article on John Lennon? Okay, so he'll sit and snigger. But that's it. Okay, right. So I do have to be a bit quicker. I do love that I've got people discussing wine in my chats. Right, let's get that in there. Now, let's go back to Xavier. Wait.
I think I've pumped that particular well dry.
Right. Okay. Open the drawer. He's in the drawer. As you were. And probably best go and retrieve my cuckoo clock. Because otherwise he's going to flip out. House was the location for one of the French textbooks used as a team. I don't think we had anything even vaguely interesting for our French textbooks. Latin textbooks, they were fun. Which is why everybody who did Latin GCSE, the year I did, knows all about the episode of Doctor Who in Pompeii. They use the same characters. Okay. Right. Need to come back out, but well. So let's go see what's past the locked door. Okay. Oh, yippee. There's a summoning circle on the floor or something. Oh. Okay. Insert warning, dead animals. What have we got? We have got... I was kidding, by the way. Yikes. What's that?
Rice, Von Agner, Henneman. Met them all last night. I wonder what these figures mean.
I don't know, but I've got this powerful urge to try and use my notebook with them. Yes, no, maybe. Have I just stolen that book? No, okay. Okay, what else have we got?
Just a guess, but I don't think this stuff has much to do with hunting.
You reckon?
Aren't some of these endangered species?
Yep, they are now.
Aren't some of these endangered species?
Each of the tricolor French texts was set in a different city for flavour. Mulhouse and La Rochelle were two of them. Ah, fair enough. I think I was obsessed with Paris.
Aren't some of these endangered species?
That's very good of you, Mollier. Okay, so we've got the dodgy skull. I'd like to point out that there is a human skull.
What the hell do these guys hunt anyway? Ninjas? What the hell? What the hell? Photos of the club hunts. Looks like von Glauer and von Zell monopolized the camera. Or the hunts.
Fair enough.
Photos of the club.
So that's probably one of the lodges.
Photos of the club hunt. Photos of the club hunts. Looks like von Glauer and von Zell monopolized the camera. Or the hunts.
Paris is one of those places I would like to visit once. Yikes. Oh, of all the people I did not want to meet.
Hey. This room is for members. Only.
Oh, sorry. The door was open. I'll go up.
Wait! I'd better make sure you do not take another unexpected detour.
I'd already looked at that.
After you.
Well, von Zell scares the crap out of me.
Sava! Sava, kommen Sie!
Ja, Baron von Zell?
I found the basement door unlocked and her knight below. Perhaps you could keep a better eye on the keys in the future.
I will, Baron von Zell.
He's got his angry head on. All the perfectly fine places not too far from Paris, like the whole Chateau de Loire region. That's fair. Weirdly, as far as... although we're only like 25 miles away from France here, where I am, which is a good indication of where I am. I've only done France on day trips and sort of going through it somewhere else. And that not for ages. I've done Germany a couple of times and the Netherlands briefly. Very briefly. But it would be nice. It would be nice to go back to a slightly saner country, which is any of the mainland Europe ones. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Okay, let's go talk to Von Zell. I'm sure he's going to be absolutely lovely to me.
May I speak with you, Baron von Zell?
Yes? What is it?
I have been really tempted, I must confess, to go for a train not straight through, but take a train trip through France down to Spain. Southern Spain is some of my favourite place. In the mountains there. Gorgeous. Avoid the bits with the Brits abroad. Ironically. Okay.
So, what do you do for a living, Baron von Zell?
The star goes to New Marseille now.
For a living? My family is in banking, Herr Knight. What do you do for a living?
Me? I'm a writer.
A writer? How aggressive of you.
Okay.
I take it you're particularly fond of hunting. I noticed the photographs downstairs. You and the Baron sure do get around.
We are the best? You may find that out for yourself someday.
Oh, I'm anxious for us to hit the field. I have a feeling there's a lot I could learn from you.
You may find yourself more challenged than you can imagine.
True. I don't get in as much practice as I'd like, and hunting's like any other sport. The more you do it, the better you get.
Bullshit. Hunting is a matter of the spirit, of will.
Okay.
So it is.
However, Evan could see that von Glover and I have had more practice than the others in the club. We used to hunt together quite a bit.
Used to. You don't hunt together anymore?
No, not often.
Never been to Spain or Italy, much to your chagrin. Yeah, as Benalmadena is absolutely gorgeous, especially if you go out of season, because then it isn't packed out with kind of the Costa crowd. It's got, I mean, yeah, it's got beautiful beaches, but that's just because I'm addicted to the sea. But inland a bit, you've got Benalmadena Pueblo, the old towns up there, and you've got the stupa, which is, well, I think it's the biggest in Europe, which is a Buddhist shrine, well, Buddhist temple, which is absolutely gorgeous and is one of my all-time favourite places. It's just such a beautiful building. and the views are astonishing. Okay. Your hubby and you had also originally planned to do a train trip through France down to Marseille, then across to Corsica and possibly Sardinia next year, but plans all off. Yeah, I think a lot of people's travel plans have gone on hold, even when we're allowed to travel again freely. I think people are going to be a little bit more cautious about where they go. Nothing else, good chance you might not be able to get back easily.
Are you and Von Glauer too busy to hunt much these days, or have y'all fallen out?
I suppose I've simply outgrown him.
Really? In what way?
You wouldn't understand.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay. It's probably why I actually really, really love the Blood and Wine supplement DLC for Witcher 3. It just reminds me so much of that whole Mediterranean feel. It's good associations, I think.
How about telling me about the other club members?
I have a better idea. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Like what?
For example, why are you in Munich?
Oh, I'm just vacationing and thought I'd stop by on my way through.
Really? And where are you staying in Munich?
Outside of town a ways.
Which suburb?
I'm on a farm, actually. And I don't remember the name of the area. Probably couldn't pronounce it anyway.
Yes. Quite curious for someone with a supposedly high Germanic background.
Yep. I guess going out and making your mark on the rest of the world will do that to a family line.
Claws out. Hello, hello Satan. How you doing? Oh, Kelvy, I'll tell you what, my sword instructor went to Ibiza. He's an absolute history nut. So naturally, while out there, he did sort of castles and historical sites. Oh, and spent a day learning how to do Balearic slinging. Showy git. But I haven't had a go on that yet. I think that was one of the things we might have had a chance to do this summer, when we could actually train outdoors. But that just strikes me as tremendous fun and immensely dangerous. And also something I just really would love a go at. But he came back with a sling of his own, which must have been fun going through customs, actually.
The club seems to be an exciting place. Do y'all travel much as a group?
No.
Really? You don't hunt abroad?
We are all very busy men.
No, isn't that odd?
Yeah, Ibiza appeals to me, but not the sort of the clubbing and that sort of stuff. But there is a lot, as I said, there's a lot of the historical sites and such, which really do appeal to me. I'm an absolute sap for castles, for example. Okay. I'm not going to ask about the trophies in the basement, because if I start asking about illegal shit, I might get into trouble. I'll do that last.
So, how do you like the club?
Yeah, I've seen
Knight?
photos. I gather it is.
If you wish to learn about the club, you should keep your mouth shut and observe.
Okay. Well, that's me told. Ooh. I think the Black Wolf might set him off. Because he strikes me as a secretive type, but Hippodipidation. That one.
You mentioned that y'all don't go on hunting trips abroad?
We do not.
But those trophies in the basement, y'all really have white tigers in Germany or lions?
The majority of what the club hunts are far more common species, Herr Knight.
All right.
The trophies in the basement are exceptions, and they were obtained quite legally.
Oh, you misunderstand me, Baron von
I
Zell.
think not. In any case, the basement is not public territory, and its contents are, therefore, none of your concern.
All right. I'm sorry.
Of course, I do apologize.
As a guest of this club, the why you are a guest of this club is a mystery to me. But as a guest, perhaps you should limit your prowling and sniffing to areas which you are offered openly by those who belong here.
Yeah, all right. You're not territorial at all.
It's all right.
Oops. Teddy has left the pram. The Teddy has left the pram. You love castles a lot too. You live near a really big one. Ooh. I've got a fair number sort of in shooting distance. Dover, for example, is great, and it just looks so much like what a kid would draw if you said, please draw a castle. That was, wasn't it, Chrono? That was a wolf huff. Right. Well, von Zell, totally not thrilled with me. Yep, someone just spat the dummy right across the road. I'm just wondering about going back to Von Glauer. See if I can pick up on any of the stuff that von Zell did. Dover's expensive to visit. Yeah, can be. I used to be English Heritage, but I had to let it lapse. Yep. Chrono, that is... Of course you didn't get to see much of it, did you? Okay, When the Saints Come Marching In is played in... oh god, I want to say Thompson Overlook, but it isn't. It's something along those lines. The main square in in New Orleans. When you go wandering around there, there are various bands and things, and they are playing When the Saints Go Marching In. Or at least one of them are. One of them is. So it's very nice to have the busker doing that. It's a nice little callback. It's like the police station has the same music, although in a different arrangement, as the police station in Gabriel Knight 1 when you walk in. As I said, it's just nice little callbacks. Okay, let's go back out to Perla.
Gabriel, come in.
I have done nothing all day except lounge around
Please,
in this
sit down.
awesome dressing gown.
Sorry to bother you again.
And that isn't awesome.
But we haven't finished our conversation.
Tell me, what have you been up to?
Smoking jacket, I suppose, technically. What is? Oh, what, the music?
There's something about the club I don't quite understand.
Yes?
I get the feeling you're not your average, ordinary hunting club.
No?
Well, that room in the basement, for instance.
I gather you've been exploring.
Well, the door was open.
It doesn't matter. You are right. Yes. The Königlich Bayerische Hofjagdloge is more than just a hunting club. We share certain philosophical beliefs as well.
Do you now? Yeah. Okay, that's why English Heritage membership actually does pay off. Basically, if you go twice, you've pretty much made your money back.
I'm curious about these philosophical beliefs of yours. Can I talk you into enlighten me?
Are you really interested?
Yes.
I'm glad. You seem to be the sort of man who would appreciate our way of thinking. The men at the club and I, it is our desire to reconnect with our true physical nature.
Go on.
Think of it this way. What makes men different from any other species on this planet? Civilization, of course. Oh, it's not a bad thing, human society. But it has come at a terrible price. Through civilization, man has lost his physical self, his sensory power, his instinct, if you will. He became fat and lazy, a dulled, rusted blade.
And those are my good days.
Picture a beast in the woods. It is alert. It smells. It sees. It feels everything around it. It can tell where some other animal has passed days before, where food is to be found. It can sense danger. You put civilized man in the woods, and he's comparably deaf, dumb, and blind.
I hear you, but isn't some of that related to physical makeup? Our senses of smell and hearing aren't as sharp as those of wolves, for example.
That's just it. Surely men once had those abilities. As generations of city dwellers failed to use their most acute senses, genetically they started to fall away, the way limbs wither when not exercised. I believe we can hold this degeneration. And not only hold it, but recover that which was lost.
It's an interesting concept. Do you have any proof that such powers are recoverable?
Proof? I felt things myself. Keener hearing, sharper smells, but documentable proof? That is harder. To what extent we can recover these primal abilities, and what some of those abilities might prove to be, that is what we still struggle to find out.
You're very convincing, Friedrich. There's no doubt that the potential is fascinating.
I honestly can't decide who's on the pull, but I think one of them is, at least. You came here to have a good time and honestly feel so attacked by this footage. I like Friedrich, he's a wonderful character. Back from a surprise work call. Yes, we're talking to Hot Ascot Gent again.
How does one go about trying to get back in touch with one's physical self? Does it have something to do with hunting?
You are right. That's part of it, yes. Man is, or was, a predator. But unfortunately, he was too smart for his own good. He figured out how to raise his prey in pens. Hunting helps us get back in touch with our predator soul.
Do you? Get back in touch with your predator soul?
Some of us have been more successful at tapping into that than others.
Yikes. I haven't seen him in many things, but I did see him in an episode of, I think, Sheena, years ago, where he was playing the villain. Probably mistaking Gabriel for a lion with that lustrous hair of his. It is a fantastic hairdo, isn't it?
So how has this philosophy affected the men in the club?
The men at the club are all excellent specimens who have used the philosophy to increase their success and power.
So your woods becomes corporate headquarters, your prey the competition.
Some of the technique can be applied, yes. When the senses are primed, one can pick up all sort of feedback that is normally lost in the haze.
Speaking hypothetically, do you think it would be possible to take this philosophy too far?
Funny that should occur to you so quickly. It hadn't occurred to me for the longest time. I hope not.
No. His hair does look impeccable and very soft, absolutely. His hair is something he's very proud of in the first game, and they've basically mirrored the style as far as practical. You know, in as much as it needs to be attached to his head. Okay. I don't think I'd want to see the cuckoo clock.
Well, I hate to say it, but I should go.
It's been a rare pleasure.
Yeah. I've been kind of isolated over here myself.
I'll see you at the club tonight, won't I?
Oh, right.
And perhaps you'd like to come over for a drink after that? It will give us a chance to talk some more about the others.
I'd like that. Thanks.
Jane Jensen is very, very good at writing romances. Her Majesty swoops own hair back into an inconspicuous tail. Oh god, as opposed to this nonsense, which is just getting stupid. Okay, let's go and see if I can talk to the copper.
Kommen Sie herein.
It was, wasn't it, Chrono? I think little from column A, little from column B.
So generous of you to see me.
Sit down, Mr. Knight.
Yes, I forgot he played the Pimpernel.
Now, you will tell me what you think you know about this case, yes?
Yeah, sure. Of course
How
I
do
will.
you say quid pro quo in German?
There is no translation.
Thanks so much for your time.
Sit down. What are you proposing exactly?
You want information? I want information. It's kind of convenient that way.
I can't give you police information.
Why not? I'm not asking for anything confidential. Hell, I can't even read the damn newspapers around here. Press release stuff, that's all I want.
Fucking plastic
All
bits.
right.
How did that come from?
But then it's your turn. Agreed?
I hear you.
Yep. Richard E. Grant, of course, played the Great Intelligence in The Snowmen, and also played the Doctor himself twice, I believe. Curse of Fatal Death, I think, and also Scream of the Shulker, which was an animated web series, way back in the dim and distant when you had to have a Flash player. The Scream of the Shulker is actually a really, really good story. A very good story indeed. I think it's still kicking around online somewhere. But you do need, as I said, you do need a Flash player to grab the video. Because it's obviously no longer on its original hosted site. But yeah, he was a Ninth Doctor incarnation in there. With, weirdly, Sir Derek Jacobi as the Master. And bear in mind, this was way before even the TV movie, I believe. Or just after the TV movie. It was way before New Who. But it had Sir Derek Jacobi as, I believe, I think it was an Android version of the Master. Seemed to have the Master's personality downloaded into what I think was an android. But with no actual explanation of why, but was travelling with him. Was travelling with the Doctor. Which did lead at one point to when prospective companion wandered into the TARDIS and encountered the Master basically serving as a security device almost. He did the whole, I am the Master and you will obey me. At which point he then got shut down because that was just, no, we're not doing that. But, yeah, so when he turned up in New Who, as the Master, I was just, yes, excellent, he's the Master. Oh, okay, 35 seconds. However, I am going to have to pick up some of the War Master stuff from Big Finish because I gather he's very good in that. But yeah, that was the first time I saw Derek Jacobi as the Master. But yeah, Scream of the Shalka with a K is what you're looking for. Rather fun. Camp is Christmas, but still fun. Yeah, he was the Master for about 10 minutes. But like I said, in the audios for Big Finish, he gets his own stories and is rather good. Okay. Actually, let's not do that. Let's have a look.
This map, it marks the locations of all the wolf killings, right?
Yes. What?
The one last night, the one in the middle, doesn't really fit, does it?
It has to fit. It happened.
Okay.
I suppose.
Hello. Okay. Let's have a chat.
How long have you been a commissar?
10 years.
All of them here in Munich?
Yes.
And a criminal commissar is like, what, a police detective in America?
Americans don't have so many ranks, I think. A German criminal commissar is, say, more like an English chief inspector.
Ah, P.D. James.
What?
Nothing. Tell me about the other victims.
What do you want to know?
Well, everything, mainly.
How many victims have there been?
5, including the one downtown.
Could there be bodies out there that you haven't found yet?
No. The killings have been done in broad daylight. Body parts left like a trail of boat criminal. Breadcrumbs?
Jack the Ripper Wolf.
At least he has the good grace to look unhappy about it.
When were the other victims killed?
The first was 32 days ago.
2 days after the zoo wolves escaped. And the others?
The 2 teenage boys were killed 20 days ago. The Huber girl 6 days ago.
They're speeding up.
Maybe.
And the Huber girl. It is 90. I want to say 95. I believe. Hey Google, when was Gabriel Knight 2 released? Yep, 95.
What about the locations of the killings? Any pattern there?
You can see for yourself if you like. I have a marked map on the wall. Until last night, the killer always struck 30 to 40 minutes outside the city. The first was killed north of München near Esching. The 2 males were killed in Feldkirchen, that's east. Tony Huber was killed on her parents' farm just west of Lacham.
Oh, was she now? There's a coinky dink. Almost like that's where I'm staying. Yeah, the first Gabriel Knight game was, I think, 92 or 3. Okay, what do forensics say?
What does forensics say about the killer?
That information is not for the press.
Yeah, okay.
But the bite marks, saliva, you've seen the bodies, I haven't.
All I can say is, it is an animal.
Mind if I take a guess? Your boys in the lab say the bite marks are canine and are closer to wolf than to dog. But beyond that, they can't pin it down. Nothing like it on the records. Probably a weird hybrid. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay, I'm not going to ask him about that until the very end.
The killer isn't one of the zoo wolves, is it?
That is information the press does not have, Mr. Knight. I expect it to stay that way.
Okay.
I understand.
As you pointed out so loudly at the crime scene, evidence on the killer does not match what we know of the zoo wolves.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that?
Either there is a mistake with the zoo records.
I think the zoo would know if they had a reddish-brown hybrid in the wolf kennel.
I didn't say it was likely. Another possibility is, of course, that another animal is responsible.
Wild?
Possibly. Maybe. A pet.
A pet? As in, maybe the reason you haven't been able to track the thing is that it's going into someone's home.
It's possible.
You're now officially on vacation. Imagine you dancing giddily at being absolutely free for the next 5 days, except for checking emails. Yay! Yippee-doo, Molière.
You keep saying an animal. You found evidence of only one animal? One bite pattern, one saliva type?
Yes.
Yet 2 wolves escaped from the zoo.
As you say, the zoo wolves do not figure into this at all.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. No, I definitely would not say that.
Yeah, Molière, that's reading, playing some games, and indulging. Sounds fantastic.
Have you given any thought at all about the possibility of
Thought?
a werewolf?
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Yeah, yep, sounds as silly to you.
Tell me about the latest victim.
Male, 52, Grossberg was the name. He was a furrier. Ironic, isn't it?
Furrier. What an amazing coincidence.
Yeah, Dean Erickson, not a bad actor.
Have any theories about why the killer struck downtown this time?
No. Do you?
I read somewhere that wolves are clean animals. They don't kill close to their lair unless they're forced to.
What lair? What are you talking about?
Not sure, actually. Random thought.
Putting things together, not necessarily telling the detective about it.
Have you ever heard of anyone or anything called the Black Wolf?
The hair samples we have are all reddish-brown.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering if you'd heard of a black wolf in general.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, what? Yep, drama music.
Here is this.
What?
Missing persons case. A runaway teenaged girl. It happened in 1989 in a town called Kirschel, in the Nationalpark Bayerischer Wald, Bavarian National Forest.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just
Bavaria,
thought I remembered something. It was a sad case, you know. She was very pretty. Ah, yes. Here it is.
What?
There was a supposed witness. An old lady who lived on the edge of town near the woods. She says she saw the girl go into the woods the night she disappeared. Says the wolf got her.
The wolf?
The old lady had been complaining for some time about a huge black wolf in the woods. But no one believed her. She was verrückt. Crazy.
No one else ever saw the thing?
Hadn't been any wolves in those woods for 50 years.
So there was probably nothing to it.
That's what I thought at the time. Of course, that was years before this case. Never heard of wolf attacks back then.
The only there's no shoot 'em up violence in this game. There are a couple of moments, very specific ones. And the only cannibalism is by werewolves. Again, there is one instance, but I will warn people about that because that stuck in my mind. But there's nothing overt. I think this is a 15 rated. Well, this was a 15 rated at the time. But there is a brief oh shit, and then out. If you see what I mean. You don't have to worry about too much detail.
Do you get a lot of missing persons cases in Germany?
Oh, sure. Mostly teenagers, runaways. It gets worse all the time. Families are not like they used to be, yes?
Suppose not.
Not
That's
like
all
that.
I wanted to know.
Good.
I've only played GK3 once.
We discuss you now, yes?
Oh, vampire.
You want to tell me, or do I have to ask?
I'm investigating the murder of Tony Yuba for her parents.
Why?
I'm an investigator. That's what I do.
You're an American PI?
You could say that.
And how did the Hubers end up hiring you?
Mutual friends?
I see. And this evidence you have?
A paw print and some hair samples from the Yuba farm. I spoke with some folks at the zoo as well.
All right, Mr. Knight. I don't know how the police deal with you in America, but in this country, we don't like civilian interference.
I understand.
If you hear something, you come to me. If you see something, you come to me. And under no circumstances are you to speak with the press. You do. And I'll have your passport.
You wouldn't like it. It was a bad hair day.
I am quite serious.
I swear, not a word.
All right. I can't stop you from investigating. But stay out of our way.
Okay.
Quiet as a shadow. That's me.
No, nobody has ever had a good passport photo. Never. Can't happen. Cannot happen. I have flu when I had my last one taken. That was not fun. No. Kate, what I tend to do is Monday is more, I will do an action type orientated game, quite often horror. My Thursday games are puzzles.
Probably nothing of interest back there. Besides, I can't see past the commissar's big head.
Fine. You're headist now, are you? Make you take off your glasses and you can't see the camera, so you always look concussed or drunk. Yeah, it's the having to keep your hair away from your face for us, for the biometrics. It's just annoying. I always look like I'm pissed off, and then I get told off for having an expression.
Grossberg. Didn't Liba say that was the name of the guy who was killed last night?
Okay, well, I am in no way, shape or form going to remember that. Yeah, if I have my hair off my face, which I tend to do with a headband, most of the time I end up looking like a serial killer. Yeah, taking off the glasses is tricky to then be able to walk out of the barriers. Yeah.
I still...
Okay. So, I think that's all I've got to say to the police about. Yeah, the GK games tend to be 99% investigation, with a bit of climactic peril. Okay.
At least he's neater than Detective Mosley.
I'm gonna take off.
Stay out of trouble.
Of course.
You have resting, tired, sad face. I just look like I want to kill somebody. If I have no expression. I do look awful. Okay. So, what are we looking at here? We want to go to... Let's go back and right to race. Resting murderer face. Yeah, it's probably about right, to be honest. I have had people do the legitimate, you know, cheer up, it might never happen. When I wasn't in a bad mood or anything, it was just how my face is. Well, these days I consciously, if I'm on camera, I always try and keep a default smile, or at least a tiny bit.
I'd better make sure Gracie keeps busy. Elsewhere.
Wonder if... Do I have Grossberg's phone number? I think I do, don't I? don't imagine this is going to go down the storm, but I do have a phone.
Who should I call?
Okay. Yeah, I hate it when people do that, Monia. My face is my face. It's... My mood is my mood. It's none of their business.
Hello?
Hello. My name is Knight. I'm an American associate of Herr Grossberg's.
Yes? I was just calling the people in Herr Grossberg's address book to notify them. Have you heard that Herr Grossberg has...
Yes, I know about his death.
Yes, I'm sorry. Would you mind giving me your name again so I can check you off the list?
Knight.
Ella Hoffman... I'm not finding you.
Could you check under Vaughn? It's Vaughn Knight.
Oh, so... Yes, Von. Von Eigner, von Frank, von Stein... You're not under Vaughn either.
Excuse me, did you say Von Agner?
Yes?
Do you know Von Agner?
I don't know him. I don't know most of Grossberg's business contacts.
Grossberg knew him.
If this is about money, you're out of luck. All the accounts are locked until someone comes in and takes over. Besides, there's nothing in them anyway.
Really? Well, could you just look up an account balance for me?
I can't. The address book is all I have. The police have taken Herr Grossberg's ledgers.
Oh, well, thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay. I wonder if now I'm back at the farm, I can actually read what Grace has sent me.
I don't
Yes.
have time to worry about this historical stuff at the moment.
Okay.
I don't think it's got much to do with what's going on here in Munich.
Yeah, that's because you're an idiot, Gabe. But I better check all of them.
I don't have...
Okay, fine. And for the full house.
Chapter 3. Lycanthropy. The
Ah.
Ways of the Wolf. There are two categories of werewolf cases. False or lycanthropic disorder cases.
Oh,
Lycanthropic disorder.
nice.
Lycanthropic, man to beast. In real werewolves, a physical change to wolf form does occur.
Nice. So we've had her reading it. So if you didn't let her read that out on her section, Gabe will read it out in his. You've had a few of "Are you okay?" Actually, it's very awkward to ask. It's just how my face is. Yeah. This is more sympathetic than someone making a joke over it. Yes. Okay, so let's just get these on
Werewolves,
the
the
books.
mind of a werewolf. Becoming a werewolf. Damnation.
Right, just establish that this is all
Werewolf pack. Werewolf packs cause alpha and beta werewolves. It is important.
Yeah, we know dodgy science, yes.
Symptoms of werewolfery. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects. A good example of this comes from a case reported by the Ancient Priesthood Society, Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking officer in the army. The society became aware of the man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with the man's capture.
Okay. So, we got one useful book out of it. I'm going to go back to the post office, I think. But what I am also going to do is I'm going to go visit my lawyer and see if he can get any stuff from the police that I can't. 'Cause you never know. Hello, Harry. Oh, yes. Apparently the answer is yes.
You mentioned the possibility of my using your secretary for research?
Anytime.
Great. I wouldn't ask, but I need a newspaper search done, and my German sucks.
No problem. What exactly are you looking for?
Missing persons. Actually, missing persons cases that occurred in or near forested areas.
How far back do you want to go?
10 years?
Okay, I can spare her later in the day. We should have it ready for you by tomorrow.
Great.
Cool.
Thanks.
You're helpful. We like you. Helpful, long-suffering lawyer. Yes, I liked the clarification of for research. Yes, can I use your secretary? Oh, I've got stuff falling off my desk. As I said, the new phone may as well be coated in non-stick. It's just so slippy. Okay, so that's all he's got for me. So what I'm going to do is I will save. Cables. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go post my letter. And then I've got a date at the club. Well, possibly I've got a date after the club, it's hard to tell.
What should I mail?
Well, probably the letter to Grace, dude. Okay.
I think I've pumped that particular...
Aha, peoples. It's the evening.
Good night.
Oh,
And you, Herr Price?
Price is creepy as hell. Don't get werewolf creepy off him. Get dodgy as shit off him.
You look a little wet.
Oh, I was visiting a friend nearby, and I thought that I should take a shower before Zell arrived. I was a bit automatic.
Yeah, there's such a thing as oversharing, Mr. Price. Okay, I'm expecting people to start identifying bottles now, given the earlier conversation.
Well, how thoughtful.
Definitely oversharing.
Herr Price?
Yes.
Yep, you're not sinister at all.
Baron von Glau mentioned that you're a lawyer.
God.
Yes. And fortunately for me these days, I have enough money to where I only have to take those cases which interest me. I enjoy my leisure time.
And what do you do with your leisure time?
I entertain.
Hi, fish. You've returned from the Stygian depths beneath Waterdeep. I have chatted to a police detective. I have pissed off Baron von Zell royally. Established they've got some very dodgy trophies in the basement. And started looking into the other wolf killings. But yes, welcome to both Fishy and Meki. Oh, and we've had a in-chat discussion on German wines.
Probably a dumb question, but what sort of entertaining do you do?
Do you like women, Herr Knight?
I've been known to.
I adore them. You might call it an obsession. The stalk, the dance, the bait, the hook.
And what do you do once you've hooked him?
Oh, you know. You're quite the pleasurist yourself. Or have I misled you?
You're probably just getting a whiff of the past, Herr Price.
Yeah, okay, if you're making Gabriel Knight uncomfortable about talking about women, then you got issues, mate. You like how you overshared about being stinky, but is super cagey about how he spends his leisure time. No, he's just a big oversharer. Not meaning to yuck anyone's yum, but yeah. There is something about Price that just makes me want to take a shower. Just... He's creepy.
What do you think of the club philosophy?
It works, doesn't it?
Does it?
We're all animals, but I deny it.
So you don't believe in suppressing anything?
Why would I want to suppress my urges? If your body wants something, it must be natural.
Well, what if you get the natural urge to rip someone's throat out?
Well, fortunately, my instincts run to pleasure. Of the equally sticky but less fatal kind.
Well, what about those whose instincts are fatal? Shouldn't they suppress?
I believe that nature handles that scenario when it occurs, Herr Knight.
And how does it do that exactly?
In the wild, when a member of society does not conform, he is hunted down and executed.
Okay.
End of mutant instinct. And its genetic bloodline.
Okay. Yep. Definitely you need to be kept 500 meters away from me. I've got a date later with someone else, so I'm otherwise engaged, Herr Price. He is, isn't he? He is absolutely hair on the back of your neck standing up level creepy.
Tell me about the other club members.
Oh, they're all right. Don't worry about von Zell. He's a bastard to everyone these days.
PMS?
I don't know what his problem is. Oh, he's always been an arrogant bastard, competitive on the hunts, ambitious. But still, aren't we all? He was decent enough at one time. In fact, he was Von Gloria's favorite. And he was an asset as a friend. But things change.
Personality change, huh? Now hyper-aggressive and a complete arsehole. Instinct is not genetic. No.
And what about the other
Heavily
club members?
nature-nurture, isn't it?
Like who?
Henneman, for example. I've heard he's in line for a position extremely high up in the government.
Henneman, he is a drunk. His days as a political superstar are over. My friends at the courthouse tell me that he has been marked for early retirement. One less politician to worry about, huh?
Uh-huh. Not what Von Glauer thinks.
When did Von Zell begin to change?
Oh, he's been getting worse for a long time. I remember a hunting trip about a year ago. That was the last time I remember that we were all together and having a good time. He must have started getting difficult after that.
Yeah. Huh. By the way, can we take a moment to appreciate those chairs? Because they're gorgeous.
Seems like you've pretty much written Von Zell off yourself. Any particular reason?
Look, it's one thing when he insults the rest of us. But when he insults the Baron, no. I heard him arguing once. When Glover told Von Zell he acted stupidly about something or the other, Von Zell was furious.
What'd he say?
He told the Baron that he was weak. Bastard.
Okay.
I don't know why the Baron didn't get away with it. I mean, I would have said something at the time, but, well, it was a private conversation.
When was this?
I don't know. 5, 6 weeks ago?
Doing the maths. When did the killings start? Hello, Kiri. Yep, we're back on the beast with him.
How was Von Zell an asset as a friend?
He is a banker.
Yep, he is
Are you saying
absolutely
he loaned you money?
a merchant banker.
He's always willing to help out his good friends.
Why would anyone in this club need money? I thought y'all were models of success.
Yes, well, fortunately, I took less advantage of Von Zell's hospitality than some.
Okay, so who's in deep with Von Zell?
Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Yes.
Really, where?
Oh, I don't know. Just sounds familiar.
Will you tell me if you remember?
Of course.
The reinforcements have arrived.
I no longer have to talk
Now
to you.
have someone new to probe, Herr Knight.
Don't say probe.
My
Please
brilliant
don't
man,
say
good cheer
probe.
to you both. Where's the beer?
Guten Abend, mein Herr. Ja, good evening.
Guten Abend.
Don't know what they've been up to, but my God, I need a drink is interesting.
Abend.
Abend. That one von Zell.
Meine kleine Familie. How are you all this evening?
Oh, and he has a gorgeous
Gabriel.
coat.
I'm glad you could join us.
That is an awesome long
I need to
coat.
speak with the Baron. Enjoy your evening, Herr Knight.
Thanks. I will.
Baron.
Yes.
Oh, and the boots.
What is it, price?
Yep. It is definitely a look, isn't it, Kiri? I just love that Gabriel hasn't even bothered taking his jacket off. So, Price and Von Glar.
Ich habe meinen Nachmittagstermin abgesagt. Wir treffen uns hier um 4 Uhr?
Ja, so viel ich weiß, ja. Ja, so, good evening, Herr Knight.
Henneman, Von Agner?
You care to join us?
Sure. Thanks.
Gives beer. Right, before I have this convo, I would like to save. Oh no, I can't. Fine. Let's talk to them.
I've spoken to several of the club members today, but I haven't had a chance to speak with you yet, Herr Von Agner.
How tragic. No one in this club talks better than I do.
Oh, true, very true.
Perhaps tomorrow?
I'd be delighted.
Okay, proper convo.
I haven't had a chance to get to know you yet, Herr Henneman.
Well, I'm already beyond serious conversation tonight, I'm afraid.
Wow, how strong
Tomorrow's
is that
fine.
beer?
Have you guys heard about the mutilation killing last night? Happened right around the corner.
Awful, simply awful.
I'd meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from me. Do you have any details?
A few. The victim was a man named Grossberg. He ran a furrier business in town.
Horrible. You know, this zoo-wolf business is inexcusable. The mayor has been spoken to, and quite seriously. Even the prime minister is concerned.
Did you know Grossberg, Herr Von Agner?
Me? Grossberg? Why, no, no. Why do you ask?
I just thought you're both in the animal processing business.
Munich is a big city, Herr Knight.
So it is. Oh, well, I was just curious.
We sure this is a normal hunting club before they really hunting? Yeah, there is nothing normal here. I think you missed Price being creepy as hell. Von Zell is on a hair trigger and just shouty.
Oh, what were we all talking about?
Knows the last victim.
Tomorrow's little excursion. Will you be joining us?
Our monthly hunting trip.
A hunt trip? Really? Where?
Our lodge is at Eppenberg. It's in the Bavarian National Forest. We leave tomorrow afternoon.
Well, gosh, you know, that sounds great, but I need to have my gun cleaned and...
Oh, there are plenty of guns at the lodge.
Yeah, Von Eigner, perhaps the Baron did not mean for Herr Knight to join us quite so soon.
Oh, hell, why not? Baron?
Von Eigner?
Our hunting trip tomorrow. Will our new American friend be going with us?
Tonight? Well, I don't see why he could...
Of course not. He's not a club member. He's probably not even registered with the license office.
Nonsense, Gar. The sooner we get to see his technique, the better. We'll just slip him in, and he can register properly when we get back.
But that's not legal.
Since when do you care about legalities? It's only a hunting license?
I agree. I would enjoy Gabriel's presence very much.
Well, enough said. The Baron should certainly get whatever he wants, shouldn't he?
Yep. Well, you're the one who's throwing your toys from the fan.
Exercise at that.
Yeah, Von Zell is the blonde, shouty one. But it's okay, Von Glauer would appreciate Gabriel's presence. As I said, Jane Jensen writes really good bromance. Which reminds me, I believe Mobius is currently 65% off on the Phoenix Online site, who are the publishers, which is a more modern one by her. Oof, whistle, really? Okay. Don't see this going down well.
Hey.
Can I join you in a moment, Gabriel? Price and I are almost finished.
Okay. I'll be around.
How come Von Glauer staring at Gabriel is not creepy? Price staring at anybody? Price staring at furniture makes me want to back away without turning my back on him. Okay.
Just the right size for the big bad wolf to come.
Yeah, they're not going to want to talk to me.
Yes, Herr Knight?
Oh, this is so not going well. Yeah, no, that is rampant hostility and not wishing to be talking. However, I have a plan.
What are you two kids talking about?
Okay, or mouse
We
slip.
could share it with you, Mr. Knight. But then we'd have to kill you.
Baron von Zell?
I'm just kidding, Doctor. I'm afraid our discussion is private, Mr. Knight. Run along now. We'll play with you later.
Can't wait.
Mackie, did you go and check alcohol levels after my comments? Because, yay. Speciality beers over there start at 6.5%, go up to 47%. That's not beer at that stage. That's rocket fuel. Yikes. I don't do beer, but I kind of want to try one of those now. Okay, let's have a go at this time and actually do what I wanted to click on.
Just wanted to grab a magazine.
Then grab one.
Okay, yep, you are lovely, aren't you? Aren't you delightful?
Thanks.
Ich bin
Sicher ist kein Reiter.
I'm just eyeing up Von Glauer's boots. I think they're fantastic. Right, where's my tape recorder? Thank you. I would like to use that with that.
That's a thought.
And then I would like to use that there.
Just wanted to put this magazine back.
It's almost like whiskey at that point. Brewdog's Tactical Nuclear Penguin hides into those ranges.
It wasn't very good. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I tend not to drink beer. But I'm kind of tempted to give that a shot.
Herr Baum.
Gentlemen, excuse me, please.
I have to say, price is just sleaze. Yeah, it's kind of a challenge, isn't it, Satan? You mainly drink cider.
I apologize for not getting to you sooner. Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's been loads of fun.
Good. I'm glad you're going with us tomorrow. We don't get started until the afternoon, so won't have to worry about staying up late tonight.
I have to warn you, my hunting's kind of rusty.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Was? I demand to know what you're doing at this club.
Me?
Baron von Zell. Really?
Are you aware that this guest of yours has been asking intimate questions? Poking around in our personal affairs? He must be a reporter. Or the police.
What do we have to fear from a reporter or the police? Although I can promise you her night is neither.
You don't care that he's prying into our private business? What possible motive could he have?
Gar! Please.
Oof.
He's my guest. You're the one who's turning that into an inquisition.
Then it is on your head.
Yep. Von Zell. Captain Stability.
I apologize for that.
You keep defending me. I'm not exactly helping the harmony around here.
Believe me, the harmony was shattered a long time before you came. Von Zell gets territorial. I'm tired of it, frankly.
Well, I should go anyway. I wanted to clean up before tonight.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Oh,
Good night.
night.
I should be home soon. See you then.
It's like a laser targeting system, isn't it? Unfortunately, you're allergic. Oh yes, you've got is it sulfate issues you got? Sulfate issues you got issues with, or yeast possibly. Hello. This is normal in the way that isn't. Yeah. White or rosé wine, bitter or stouts. You've got a small selection of hard stuff, but rarely have mixers. I like Scotch personally, but hello. Yeah, I strongly suspect I have an ish with champagne. It's the one time I had it relatively recently, a few years back. Literally half a glass, and I really was not a happy bunny at all. But I'm fine with things like Carver and other sparkling, so who knows? Okay. Back to Grace. Yeah, Molia. that was it. Oh boy. He says hello to the wolves. Yep, indeed, Kiri. It's a terrible outfit to run in. Well, nope. I'm inclined to say. Prophetic dreams, of course, very, very big part in the GK games. We're going back to Grace. Save. Okay. No, don't do that. Oh well, never mind. Let's go for a wander and see if Gerda has any info. And pick up any post. Wide taste at the best of times, also modern champagne is not the same drink as it was pre-World War II. Ah, interesting. Okay, now Gerda.
I wonder what Gerda's up to.
Oh, dear oh Lord, you really don't trust anybody, do you? The wine deliveries keep throwing in sparkling wines as lagniappes. Keep usually give them to your co-workers or the cleaning crew. Yeah. I keep getting sparkling wine for birthdays and Christmas, and I don't drink wine often because I'm the only one I know who does drink it. And it seems a bit of a shame to open an entire bottle just for me. But yeah, I don't mind stuff like Carver, as I said. Okay. Where are we going to start? Let's start at the church. Oh, hello, what's past the church? So yeah, let's start at the church. Okay.
Saint Georg, patron saint of the Schattenjägers.
Okay. Most of France's champagne stock was either stolen or destroyed by the Germans, so in order to get production back up quickly, some of the surviving wineries took shortcuts. Oh. Now, wine slushy I could get behind, Molia.
It's a silver heart.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, that's gone weird. Better, thank you. Look at this off this way. Apparently nothing. Okay, so if I want to leave town, that's apparently the way to go. You're not above opening a bottle of whiskey and justifying it by, no, why would you need to justify it? Rather than shit. Okay. Because quality wasn't the same, this also led to champagne flutes being used to serve it, so it was harder to tell. Rather than the traditional champagne coupe, which has a wider brim. Yes, I've got the triangular ones, aren't they? I think I have a set of those. Nah, that kind of makes sense. I don't really have anything in town, do I? Maybe I should follow up on that dream. Kent can grow the same grapes as France on their own soil and sells it back to France to sell as champagne. Really? I know we do have some decent Kentish wines. But, I didn't realise we actually exported. Hey-ho. On today I learned.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig. Wait a minute.
That one's in English. Grab it, quick.
Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before. Yep, English. Huh.
Oh, cool. So presumably, Gerda had that out, maybe. Oh, hello. What's going on there? I have a phone number, if nothing else.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships. The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose. Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged. He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years.
A hunting accident?
Yeah, this guy is a warning from the inlay card to this game, which is that although the character of Ludwig is used in fictional ways here, and he was known at the time as the Mad King of Bavaria, basically it is simply that the historical figure was an inspiration for this game, so basically anything they say about him, bar the absolute bare facts, are whole cloth creations regarding mental and physical health. So definitely tailored to the game, tailored to the story. But yeah, quite possibly story.
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, The relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved.
Yeah, Joey, I can see where you're coming from on that. The way he's presented in that passage rings super relatable, at least. Oh, sorry. Would a mod mind permitting KLV for the linking? A lot of French people buy champagne just because it's a tradition. It makes us look fancy, but don't actually enjoy drinking it. Yeah, that one was timed out by Techie. But literally 5 seconds, it's cool. Hey.
A good example of the king's
Hello.
obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische Archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit.
Oh, I haven't been there. They came up, I think, on the Visit Kent thing last year, where they were giving free entries, half-price entries and such, to various attractions on application. It was done, and why did he not discuss things as long as them? Ow! One thing you miss from Carrefour is the cheap rosé blend with grapefruit juice called Oh My Pump. That sounds lovely, actually. The thing I miss from Spain is the fact that you can get Spanish brandy for €7. And it's a nice one that's about 15 over here.
His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly high-bred foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880, when he fell into disfavor.
Mm-hmm. When you say cheap, it was like €3 or €4 for a bottle. Yep, that's cheap. You're just glad you can get a Californian brandy at work that tastes Spanish so much nicer than French brandy. Yes, Fish, it is, and it does.
The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
Okie dokie. Bless his little heart. Interesting. Okay. I think what is going to happen next is I've got to collect my morning post, probably from the post office. Because apparently they don't deliver to the castle. So I will save there. And I will call it for this evening. It's, yeah, definitely, poor old Ludwig clearly had a rough time of it. But he did build beautiful castles, and spoiler alert, we're going to get to see them. We're going to get to see Neuschwanstein and Herrenchiemsee. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, they are gorgeous. So, I will bid you a good night and hope that you all rest well. Molière, enjoy your holiday. You sound like you've earned it. And I will see you guys, what day is it? Friday to Thursday. I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye bye.